You're watching Hot Wok Academy. My name is Mingjin Tong, and today we're making a Korean green pepper salad with this amazing fermented Doenjang sauce. So thanks for watching. We would love for you to like our video and subscribe. It really helps us. Let's cook. Okay, so just as always, a quick introduction of our ingredients. This dish has just two parts. These amazing Korean green peppers. Check your local Korean grocery store. That's where you're gonna find these things. They're not really gonna be available almost anywhere else. So have a look there. They are crisp. They tend to have this long crescent shape. It does have a bit of a bell pepper taste. And they can be hit or miss on being spicy. So look for these at the grocery store. And then the other part of our dish is our sauce. Now the base of the sauce is this item here. And in Korean it says Doenjang. In Chinese we have something very similar that we would call Doenjang. Basically the two words mean bean and paste. And this particular item, it does contain soy. It's made from soybeans, but there's no wheat in it. So if you're eating gluten-free, this is a great alternative to some of the other bean pastes that are out there that usually contain wheat. So this is the item that will make the base of the sauce. And of course, we've got a few other items to go with it. We've got sesame oil. We've got gochugaru, which is, you can hear that gochu word in there. It's the name for the chili, the particular chili. And boy, this stuff, oh, it smells so good. It's got such a deep and rich pepper flavor in there. Not generally super spicy, although it really depends on your heat tolerance. We're gonna also add some nuttiness to it. Along with our sesame oil, we're gonna do some roasted sesame seeds, both for texture as well as nuttiness. And it looks really nice when you add it in there as well. We're gonna add a little bit of rice vinegar. That's gonna give it the acidity that we want. That kind of offsets that nuttiness or even the heaviness of the fermented soybean. So these two kind of function like an opposite and they work really, really well together. And of course, some salt and some fresh garlic. And we're gonna add a little bit of agave to give it a little bit of sweetness. So let's go ahead and do our peppers first. Now, because these peppers can be spicy, it's kind of up to you whether or not you want to keep the seeds and the pith or if you want to pull them out. So for me, what I'll do is I will demonstrate pulling out just a few of them, few of the seeds, few of the pith for you, and then we will keep about half and half. So if you want it to be spicy, leave the seeds and the pith in. And if you don't, you can take that out. The seeds and the pith is where the spice is. So I'm just gonna take this tool here and just kind of use it almost like a removal tool here. Just dig that in there and get the pith out. Now, I keep using that word pith. I don't know if you're familiar with that. This right here, where the seeds are attached, this is very, very spicy. So these ribs, this pith, you can take that out, get rid of that if you don't want your salad to be incredibly spicy. Just give that a good removal here. Do this next one. And really, you can see I'm just using the back of a whisk. You could use any tool you want to get those seeds out. What you don't want to do is you don't want to cut the peppers lengthwise. You know, you might think, why don't you just cut the pepper up and then you'll be able to get all of them out pretty easily. The reason why is because this salad traditionally is served in rings. And actually traditionally with the seeds in there as well. So I might leave a couple, maybe I'll just do one more so we have half and half with and without the pith and the seeds. A more traditional look is that you do have the seeds in there. Okay, so what you want to do next, and I'll just cut one for now for demonstration. You want to actually cut some pretty fat rings. This dish is one that is served like a banchan, something that goes on the side of your main meal. So nice and fat, just like that. Basically, bite size is what you're going for. You could do a little thinner if you want your sizes to be smaller. No, there's no right and wrong here. It's just what your preference is. Okay, let's get these chopped up. You can use your knife as a bench scraper. This is a dish that I've had before, mainly as banchan, eating like Korean barbecue. However, when we lived in, or my parents lived in Korea, a very popular way to eat this dish, actually before even making a salad, is just to take your green pepper, and usually in Korea, the ones that they have there are a little bit more yellow, a lighter green. And they actually have a Doenjang that's similar to this. And what you do is you actually just scoop that right in and you get a good amount of your fermented sauce. Now, this particular sauce that we can find in the US, it's a little bit saltier, a little bit heavier. It's not very spicy at all. And in Korea, they actually dip it in and they just, super big bite. Sorry about that. But that is one way that they eat it in Korea, where you could just eat the pepper with the sauce, super savory. Again, it's a great offset flavor where you have the salty with the fresh, the soft with the crispy. All right, let's finish this up here. And I can tell you, my pepper is not very spicy. Very fresh, very crisp. It's just a great flavor. So this will be the base. Let's go ahead and make our sauce now. What we'll do, like I said, we'll start with our bean paste. And this is basically soybeans and water and salt. And I'll add a good amount there. And let's loosen that up with some rice vinegar. And you might wonder, how much do I put? Now again, if you've been watching me for a while, thank you, and you know my answer already. Make sure you understand what is the ingredient. Before you work with any ingredient, make sure you understand how it tastes and how it smells and how it feels in your mouth. So this I would describe as a very bright, very acidic, not very strong vinegar, which means I can add quite a bit of it. So I'm going to add probably about maybe 1.5 tablespoons. And I'm just going to get that going a little bit to really loosen up that bean paste. All right, now here's what I've got. I've got my funk, my saltiness from the bean paste. I'm going to add a little bit of agave. I want some sweetener in there. All right, and that's about maybe 1 tablespoon. Just a pinch of salt. Then I want to add my sesame oil. I've got it labeled. Always label your bottles so you know. Just a little bit of sesame oil for that nuttiness. Let me go ahead and get that mixed up now as well. Oh, look at that. Don't do that. That can make a good blooper reel later. My flat whisk keeps catching the edge of my bowl here. All right. And then I'm going to add some sesame seeds. For the extra nuttiness, extra texture. And then again, my gochugaru red chili pepper here. Take that right off. And just a little bit. Just a sprinkle. All right, let's give that a mix. And then, of course, I can't forget my fresh garlic, which I want to add in now. I'm going to take my whole bulb. I really like my garlic press. I know some people say, don't use a press. It creates funny flavors. I think it's wonderful, and it creates the perfect texture. And as you can tell, I can just put a whole clove in, and it just comes out perfectly right there. I might do just one more. All right. Oh, the smell is amazing. I love it. All right. So here is my dressing. Now, you can make this dressing thinner if you want. You can make it thicker by adding more of the bean paste in there. Let's go ahead and try some and kind of see what we think about it. What I'm looking for here is I want it to have that bean paste flavor, kind of that fermented flavor. I want it to be salty enough to coat all of these peppers. I want it to be, oh, that's so good. I want it to be sweet. I want it to be sour. I want it to be nutty. And you know what? Just by tasting, I know I want a little bit more of that red pepper in there because I really like it to have that red pepper flavor. So here we go. There's our dressing. And let's go ahead and add it into our peppers. And let's give that a good mix. So you are actually going to be able to eat this pretty much right away. There's no need to wait. Although if you want, you could put it in the fridge and let it chill even up to overnight. One thing to be aware of is that there is obviously salt in here. And when that salt hits that cell wall of your pepper, it will make it a little bit softer. So it's best to serve this sooner than later so that your peppers remain nice and crispy. Let's go ahead and get this plated and we will be all finished. All right, those are just beautiful. Make sure to get all that sauce out of there. All right, there's our Korean green peppers with our sauce. Let me get just a little more of a drizzle right onto there. Let's try one. Here's one that's chock full of seeds. I'm getting a lot of that nuttiness with that fresh pepper taste. It's just fantastic. Give it a try. Let us know what you think. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching.